Welcome to Mortal Media Channel. It's very often that we need to use our phone in the car, and by law, we should be using the phone hands-free. And every once in a while, you do need to see the screen. If, for example, if you do a navigation or stuff like that, and it helps for you to have it in front of you. So let me help you buy the right kind of mount for your phone. So there's quite a few different mounts out there. And if you look at eBay, you'll find out really quick that they range anywhere from, $2 to 50 and some more expensive. And really there's only a few kinds of mounts, the types of mounts. There's ones that go on the window, there's ones that go on a dash, there's one goes on a vent, and there's ones that the kind of pad that you put on your dash that phone kind of sticks to it. Um, so let's go over them and kind of see pros and cons of each kind. Let's start with the ones that go on the window. They usually come with a suction cup, and they're not bad, but in my personal experience, I found out that number one, they get in the way, they obstruct the vision, and not all the suction cups are really good. I've found the few that I had that every once in a while they fall off, and you need them. You look at the screen, and all of a sudden you chasing your phone under your feet, and it's not a good situation. Number two, a dash. Dash is a little better. It's a little bit less of abstraction in front of you, even though there is an abstraction of the viewing area. But at the same time, I find it that uh, you got to put something sticky on the dash, or you put them on those heavy plates under it. You're damaging your car, and personally, I love my vehicle. I don't like to destroy it. Let's move on to the sticky pad. Sticky pad is great, but again, they're kind of sticky, potentially damage to the car. Not the greatest thing. Plus, on top of that, they're pretty ugly. They're big, and they're taking. You got to find a place on the dash in order to cover it, and for it to mount. And they're most of the time they're kind of ugly. My favorite kind is the kind of mount that goes on the vent. Okay. They're usually out of sight, so your screen is open. You don't have to worry about abstraction of view. They're also, most of the time, if you get the right kind, they mount and they don't fall. They hold the phone pretty good, and really they do everything I want to do. And this is kind of the ones that I've been uh, preferring to and using for the last couple of years. Well, let me go into more details onto what kind of vent mount I would recommend. When it comes to vent mount phone holders, there's two parts to it. One is the part that holds the phone, and the other part that connects to the vent. The parts that hold the phone, my personal preference is the type that holds from three sides. They usually clip from side to side, kind of squeeze, and there's some sort of legs that comes out from the bottom so your phone can rest comfortably. So if you put it standing up, it's nice and firm, or you turn it, you still have both sides, top and bottom, and one of the sides kind of stays in place. And that really, it doesn't matter which ones you get, they're all about the same thing. They have the padding in the back, they have padding on two sides, and one third side usually have padding too, so they're pretty safe. They don't scratch your phone. They do a good job. Now, the most important part, in my view, is the clips that connects to the car. And again, there's a couple of different kinds. There's a magnetic clip, which I don't really like necessarily, because again, good if you bump the car pretty good, they usually drop down or something happens. Okay, but there are clips that go into the vent and mount onto the vent, and there's two types of those. There's one that kind of hollow and open, and you kind of slide them in and uh, clip that way. And not really liking those because there's usually a lot of room on the vent, between the vent and the clip. So there's a lot of give. So when the car bumps again, they jump around. They don't fall off, but the mount itself jumps around. The ones I prefer and usually buy with is the one that is spring loaded. They hog the vent rail really neat, so it stays compressed and the mount doesn't move around. It stays firm and snug. You don't have to worry about jumping around. You're looking at it. It's not gonna go crooked on you. And plus, most of those they sit well, and you can turn the phone, and it doesn't matter which way your phone is. It keeps it nice and secure on the vent. A few other things you have to consider when it comes to the mounts. And this is where the vent mounts, again, do the best job. You have wire, okay? That usually you want a charging wire. If you have it on the screen, on the window, right, then you have a wire, again, covering and obstructing your view. If you have it in the dash, again, you get wire all over the place running off the dash. If you have it on the vent, however, you still have a wire, but at least it's out, out of the way. It's usually sitting right there on your dash below the phone, so it's not really getting in your way, and that's a great thing. Now, there's a couple of things to consider when it comes to vent-mounted phones, right? It's the heat. So if you put it on the vent in the summer, it doesn't matter because the cold air is blowing. It's actually good for the phone. The phone stays nice and cool. But in the winter, and in my case, I found that I blow it up on the window anyway instead of the front. That way, my windows, always stay defrosted, and it doesn't heat up the phone that is mounted on the vent. So those are really it. And it really, when it comes to the vents, it's up to you which one you get. But I give you my 2 cents, and I hope that this was helpful, and you will choose the right one for you. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe.